Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Yesterday afternoon, I did a quick flash video on Operation Branchform, and it was just where it broke in the afternoon, and I thought, do you know what, this is a story that needs to be told. So I did the flash to sort of give everyone a heads up, but we've got the full story here now. We're going to have a look at the full article to see what's happening, just to flesh it out a bit and give a bit more in-depth analysis of what is going on. But it does appear, of course, that it is moving towards, hopefully, the conclusion we want. Although, given that Dorothy Bain will probably have final say over it, it may not be the conclusion we want. She may decide that there's no case to answer for her dear friend who promoted her into cabinet and gave her a massive pay rise. But we shall wait and see eventually what the police come up with. But we'll take a look, see what the state of play is, and see what is likely to happen. Here goes. So, police to interview Branchform witnesses for a fourth time, as the investigation could be near completion. And it should be, given how long it's taken. I mentioned this yesterday. It's like nearly 4 years, getting on for the fourth year, and 1.3 million last time anyone counted. It's going to end up 1.5 million at least by the time it finishes. And I don't care how much it costs. If it results in those three going to prison, I will be very, very pleased indeed. Anyway, police investigating claims of fraud within the SNP have interviewed witnesses for a fourth time, sparking rumours they could be close to winding up the drawn-out investigation. Now, it's my personal theory, it's no more than that, just a theory, that it was deliberately dragged out and made expensive and lengthened on the hope that someone will say, you know what, it's gone on too long, it's cost so much money, it's not going anywhere, we're just going to have to drop it. And I think that was the plan. But then I think it's gone so far that it becomes politically impossible now, having spent so much money, having taken so much time to drop it. It must come to a conclusion, and despite what they think. So it may be that somebody is going to have to take the fall. Now, will it be the blessed leaderine, or will it be Murrell or Beattie? My money is, if anyone's going to get charged, it's going to be Beattie, because they need a scapegoat. They need someone to fall for it. They need the patsy, and they're not going to let her go down. And I think that's likely what's going to be happening. So if I was Colin Beattie, I'd be a very, very worried man at the moment. Anyway, it's the former and current members of the party. They have been re-interviewed, some for the fourth time, about what money was spent on and when, while the party HQ was under control of Nicola Sturgeon's husband, Peter Murrell. And by husband, we mean pretendy husband. The little lavender marriage, because they both go the other way, don't they? A new batch of witnesses close to the centre of power have also been brought in for questioning. Now, no one has ever mentioned about Kirsten Oswald, being investigated before, and they're still not mentioning names, but it wouldn't surprise me if this is when she was asked. She was so closely entwined. It's, woven into everything that happened at that point. And yet she was never arrested. She was never questioned under oath. And I think that, I'm not under oath, under caution, should I say. And that is a very, very surprising thing, given how much influence she had at the time. And everyone, I think, was questioning why. So hopefully that's her being questioned now. Anyway, they said there's a lot of moving parts, but things could be starting to wind up. The police have re-interviewed a number of people for a third or even fourth time, and they've interviewed new people close to the SNP centre of power too. Rumours continue to swirl at Holyrood that charges could be brought imminently, and it will be up to the Crown Office to decide if any reports provided by police could lead to such action. Now, the police have, if they've done their investigation, they've rounded it off, they have got this big bag of evidence, right? They're going to go, right, here's the case, we think this, this and this. They'll present that to the Crown Office and the Procurator Fiscal. And Dorothy Bain will sit there and go, I wonder if I should charge my old friend. And it's wrong. And anyone who claims, and this is tying back to what we said with Roger, there's no independent prosecutor. The prosecutor in this case will be the government. And so you've got the position where the government, in the form of Dorothy Bain and her office, will be prosecuting the SNP government. It's weird. Although it's done through the party, it is the SNP is the party of power. It's inextricably linked. There is no independence here. And so Dorothy Bain, who will be making this decision ultimately, will have to decide whether she is going to prosecute her friend who brought her on board. And it stinks like weak old fish, doesn't it? Anyway, officers investigating the fraud claims have quizzed witnesses over a number of purchases, including the £110,000 motorhome and an electric Jaguar, as well as those other more unusual buys, such as garden sprinklers and expensive pens. And if that's not money laundering, I don't know what is. The probe, known as Operation Branchform, is focused on how money raised in 2017 and 2019 as part of the referendum appeal has been spent. Oh yes, we're going to ring force it. It's going to be done for the referendum. Blah, blah, blah. Where's it gone? We spent it. What on? Nice motorhome. Peter's got a lovely little Jaguar. You're all schmucks. Concerns were initially raised when SNP accounts showed that there was less than 100,000 in the bank at the end of 2019, despite over 600,000 being donated to referendum fundraisers. That sparked at least 19 criminal complaints. And after the police began their probe, then SNP Chief Executive Murrell loaned the party £107,000, said to assist with the cash flow, but the party failed to disclose the loan until 14 months later, breaking political finance law. Now that law is undoubtedly broken, so whatever happens, he's guilty of breaking the law. He'll have to go to court, fight it, but the law has definitely been broken. In February last year, Sturgeon announced she would quit as First Minister, much to the great exclamation and pleasure of everyone in Scotland, and also as SNP leader, stating the brutality of politics has taken its toll. And we all know that is complete and utter horseshit. She was getting out before all these revelations came about. She was brutal. If politics was brutal, it's because she's made it so. She is an absolutely divisive little paranoid, psychopathic, sociopathic, hate-filled bag of shit. But she has caused all these problems. She's caused the division in Scotland. She's caused the rise in hatred with her anti-English rhetoric. Standing there, Eine Volk, I tell you. Anyway, former SNP collar at Treasury was arrested, questioned and released. Miss Sturgeon became the third leading party figure to be arrested as a suspect, being questioned at a police station for 7 hours. Alas, only 7. Sturgeon, 53, Murrell, 59 and Beattie, 72 were all released without charge. But investigations were ongoing. Hopefully now, they'll be rearrested, they'll be charged, they'll be told exactly what they're going to be charged with, and that the decision will come from the Procurator Fiscal Office that, they'll put these legs away, stick them away for this kind of crime, 5-6 years, something like that. Stick them away for 5 or 6 years. And while they're away, do the investigation into all the other issues surrounding them. Because they're all dirty, dodgy, corrupt, nasty individuals. And they all deserve as long time in prison as we can possibly get them. Especially her. Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much. Coming up, we'll round off the video. To have Bain making these decisions is very much marking your own homework, isn't it? And I don't have any faith that she'll stand back and do this, in a fair-minded way. I think, it needs someone outside. There needs to be a change of policy. Because if Bain comes around with all the evidence they got and says there's no case to answer, then you know it's truly, truly corrupt. And the people of Scotland need to be up in arms and marching on Holyrood and demanding change. Demanding a change to all the rules. Demanding, really, that Holyrood be scrapped and then restarted with a whole new set of rules and of basically oversight and proper governance. Because you haven't got any at the moment. Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.